Okay, so thinking about creating an online course. It's exciting sharing your knowledge right, reaching a global audience, maybe building a business you can do from anywhere. But let's be real for a second, it can be overwhelming too.
Yeah, a lot to think about for sure.
Right. Tons of courses already out there. So how do you make yours stand out? And how do you make it actually profitable? Well, today we're diving deep into a system that claims to have at least some of the answers. The Accelerated Course Blueprint by Marisa Murgatroyd.
This isn't just some random person on the internet. Murgatroyd, she's the CEO of Live Your Message. She also created the Experience Product Masterclass, which has done really well.
Okay.
And get this, she's made over $47 million in sales from her online courses.
Whoa, $47 million.
Yeah.
I'm definitely interested to hear what she has to say. So what's the big idea with this blueprint?
It all comes down to something she calls experience products. It's basically a whole new way of thinking about online learning. You see, traditional online courses, well, they have this pretty dismal statistic hanging over them, a 97% failure rate.
97%. You mean like people who don't actually finish the courses?
I know, it's kind of shocking. Murgatroyd thinks most courses just end up making people give up because they're too focused on just giving you information, and they totally miss out on making it engaging.
You know, like reading a textbook, you might learn something, but it's not exactly the most exciting experience.
Exactly.
I've definitely abandoned my share of online courses. So how are these experience products any different?
Think about it this way. Would you rather spend a day at an amusement park or, I don't know, sitting in a boring lecture hall?
Amusement park, for sure.
Right. Which one are you going to remember? Which one are you going to tell all your friends about?
The amusement park, definitely.
Exactly. So experience products are kind of trying to recreate that same feeling of excitement and engagement, but in the online learning world. They're supposed to be immersive, interactive, and most importantly, enjoyable. A key part of this is something Murgatroyd calls dopamine buttons.
Okay, dopamine buttons. That sounds intriguing and a little bit dangerous. Tell me more.
Think of it like this. It's all about tapping into your brain's reward system. You know that feeling you get when you level up in a game or you finally check something off your to-do list?
The best.
Those are dopamine hits, little bursts of motivation that keep you coming back for more.
Interesting. So you're saying that you can actually build these dopamine buttons into an online course.
Exactly.
I'm starting to see the possibilities here.
It's about strategically placing these little wins throughout the course. Think about things like gamification or progress trackers, maybe even personalized feedback or just celebrating milestones. These little things can turn the learning journey from something tedious into something that's actually engaging and rewarding.
Okay. I am sold on the experience product idea. This is making a lot of sense to me. But how do you actually make one of these things? Where do you even begin?
Well, that's where the 5 stages of Murgatroyd's Accelerated Course Blueprint come in. The first stage, she calls it finding your golden ticket, is all about finding a profitable course idea that matches your expertise and what people actually want.
That makes sense. It seems like everyone and their grandmother has an online course these days. So how do you stand out in all of that?
You're telling me. It's definitely a thing. But Murgatroyd really breaks it down and makes it something you can actually do.
Okay, tell me more. I want to hear about this.
Okay, so first she says, you've got to figure out your mega niche. These are those big categories like health and wellness, business, finance, personal development, basically any area where there's already a big audience of people who are interested in learning.
Okay.
Then you've got to go deeper and find your micro niche. This is where you figure out your own unique area of expertise within that bigger category.
So instead of just online marketing, it'd be something like Facebook ads for Etsy sellers.
Exactly.
That's super specific.
Exactly. It's all about finding that sweet spot where your passion and your knowledge meet the needs of a very specific audience, and she doesn't stop there. Murgatroyd also says it's super important to figure out your core solution. What's that one specific problem that your ideal student really wants to solve?
So you're not just selling a course, you're selling a solution to a problem.
I got it.
Makes sense. But how do you know if your idea is actually something people want? Like, are people actually willing to pay for this?
That is the million-dollar question, right? That's where pre-validation comes in. Stage 1 of this blueprint encourages you to test the waters before you go all in on creating this whole course.
I was just going to ask about that, so tell me more. How do you pre-validate a course idea?
Murgatroyd calls this the give them what they want campaign, and it's honestly kind of genius in how simple it is. You're going straight to your target market and asking them what they want.
Okay.
You want to know what their biggest pain points are. What format are they going to find most valuable? What are they using right now to solve this problem?
I like it.
You're gathering some really valuable insights, and you can even get paid to do your market research.
That's brilliant. I love it. You're not just guessing. You're getting real feedback from your potential students.
Yeah.
Talk about taking the pressure off.
Right.
Okay, so we've covered finding a good idea and even checking with your audience to make sure they actually want it. What's next?
This is where it gets real. You're moving from those initial ideas to actually building your experience product.
Yeah, from that light bulb moment to actually making it happen.
Exactly. This is where stages 2 through 5 come in. You're taking that validated idea and making it real, building a profitable course that's super valuable for your students.
Okay, so stage 1 is all about making sure you're creating something people actually want. What's stage 2 about?
Stage 2 is where you start crafting your offer. You've got to package it in a way that really speaks to your target audience, highlight what makes it unique, and show them the amazing transformation they can expect.
So it's more than just the course content itself. It's how you present it.
100%. You're creating a narrative around your course, showcasing the problem, the solution, the incredible results people are going to get.
It's storytelling. A story that resonates with your ideal student and makes them want to be a part of it. What are some of the key things that make an offer really compelling?
That's the million-dollar question. Murgatroyd goes into a lot of detail in the blueprint, but one of the core ideas is really understanding your ideal student. What are they dreaming of?
Yeah, like what do they want to achieve?
What are the biggest struggles? What are those secret dreams they have? Your course should be that bridge between where they are now and where they want to be.
Okay, so you've got to connect with people on an emotional level. It's not just a list of features.
You hit the nail on the head. You've got to tap into their aspirations, paint a picture of how their life is going to change.
And I bet pricing is a huge part of this too. Making an offer irresistible means getting the price right.
Huge. You're not wrong. Murgatroyd's a big fan of value-based pricing. So you decide on a price based on the transformation the course offers, not just how many hours of content you've put together.
Makes sense. You're selling results, not just information.
Exactly. And she's got a ton of practical advice on things like bonuses, payment plans, guarantees, you name it. All these little things can make your offer even more tempting.
Okay, this is making a lot of sense. You find your niche, you validate your idea, you craft this irresistible offer. What's stage 3? Is this where we finally get to build the actual course?
You got it. This is where you launch your MVP, your minimum viable product. The goal is to get your course out there as quickly as possible, get some feedback, and then make it even better as you go.
So you're not aiming for perfection right away?
No way. Perfectionism can be a killer when it comes to online courses. It's way more effective to launch with a good foundation and then improve based on what your students tell you.
Love that. Progress over perfection. It feels a lot less intimidating than trying to create this perfect thing right from the start.
That's the spirit. And Murgatroyd walks you through all the essential parts of a great MVP, from structuring your modules and making your content engaging to incorporating those dopamine buttons we talked about.
Right? Can't forget about the dopamine buttons. They're kind of the secret sauce to keeping students excited and motivated, right?
They totally are. And launching an MVP lets you test out different dopamine buttons and see what really works for your students. It's all about fine-tuning that experience.
That's so smart. So we've got our MVP out in the world. What are stages 4 and 5 all about?
It's go time. Stages 4 and 5 are where you really kick your marketing into high gear and start scaling your results. This is where you reach more people, attract those students, and grow your business.
Time to spread the word. But let's be real, marketing can feel icky sometimes.
Oh, tell me about it. It can definitely feel that way.
How do you do it right?
That's exactly what Murgatroyd breaks down. She really focuses on genuine connection and marketing that actually provides value.
Okay, I like the sound of that a lot more. Tell me more.
She's all about building a strong online presence, creating content that your audience actually wants, and building relationships with your potential students.
So it's less about being pushy and salesy and more about building trust.
Exactly. It's about showing up consistently, offering valuable insights, and becoming a trusted voice in your field. When you do that, attracting students happens naturally.
I love that. This is about creating a win-win. You're helping your audience and growing your business at the same time.
You got it. That's the beauty of this whole approach. No shortcuts, no magic spells. It's about building something sustainable by connecting with people, offering real value, and of course, sprinkling in those dopamine buttons.
This has been really eye-opening. I'm already starting to see online courses in a whole new light.
Yeah.
But before we move on, I'm curious. Murgatroyd says she's helped so many people get amazing results with this blueprint. Do we have any examples of this actually working in the real world?
Does she ever? The blueprint's got all these case studies that show you just how powerful this system can be. Like there's this one about Doctors Davina and Galen Detrick.
Doctors making online courses. Tell me more about that.
They were both dentists.
Oh, wow.
Talk about student loans, right? Anyway, they had these demanding jobs, feeling super burnt out and just really wanting more freedom and flexibility.
I think a lot of people can relate to that feeling.
Totally. So they took Murgatroyd's blueprint and used it to create a course teaching other dentists how to build really successful practices. The coolest part, they were able to quit their 9-to-5s and build this online business that makes like $800,000 a year.
Wow. Okay, so from drilling teeth to financial freedom by teaching other people how to drill teeth, that's pretty amazing.
I know, right?
But what about someone just starting out? Not everyone has years of experience or a huge audience.
That's what's so great about this blueprint. It really can work for people at any stage of their journey. There's actually another case study about this former anesthesiologist, Dr. Marie Ambuni.
Okay.
She used these principles and ended up making over $21,000 from a single 90-minute webinar. This was for her very first online course, too.
Seriously, just one webinar so you can actually see real results even if you're just starting out.
Absolutely. That's what's so inspiring about these stories, you know? Success isn't about luck or some magic formula. It's about having a solid plan and putting in the work.
It's about having that roadmap.
Yeah.
It makes the whole thing a lot less intimidating.
Exactly. And Murgatroyd's blueprint, that's your roadmap.
This has been awesome. So much to think about. As we wrap up, what's the one big thing you want our listeners to take away from all of this?
Honestly, the biggest takeaway for me is that creating an online course that really takes off isn't just about what you know. It's about how you present it, how you create an experience that people actually connect with.
It's about turning information overload into something engaging, something fun even.
Exactly. When you embrace that experience product way of thinking and follow a system that works, you can create a course that not only makes you money, but actually makes a difference too.
This has been an incredible deep dive into the world of online courses and how to make them truly remarkable. We've explored some fascinating ideas from Marissa Murgatroyd's Accelerated Course Blueprint, a system that's helped countless individuals unlock their potential and share their knowledge with the world, all while building profitable and fulfilling businesses. And the best part is that this isn't just theory. We've seen real-life examples of people from all walks of life achieving incredible success using these very principles. So if you're feeling that spark of inspiration, that desire to create something meaningful and share your unique gifts with the world, remember that you have the power to make it happen. Embrace the journey, take that first step, and who knows, you might just surprise yourself with what you can achieve. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep creating.